Hello everyone. So today I wanted to do a reading that you guys actually have a lot more control of. Sorry for any noise that comes through the window. It is boiling hot and I need air. But today I wanted to give you guys a chance to really lean into trusting your intuition. And this video is you being able to ask questions that you want answered. You can ask multiple questions if you want and choose different crystals. The way I'm going to do this is there's going to be the 8 crystals to choose from. I'm going to go over each of their properties, and once I do that, I'm going to shuffle the cards out. And then once I'm done, there will be timestamps at the bottom so you can go and pick out your pile or piles. And we'll go from there with your questions. So the first one that we have is Ammonite. So this one right here. And it's good for increasing stamina and releasing trauma. Helps you connect to past lives, as well as luck and prosperity and well-being, and it alleviates depression and exhaustion. And then we have this one, which is Ametrine. And it is for strong healing. It releases negativity in your aura. It also helps with releasing addictions and enhancing mental and spiritual clarity. And it's also good for uniting feminine and masculine energies as well. And the next one we have is Aventurine. Just this little one right here. Oh, got hair on me. Okay, but it's this little one right here. And with Aventurine, it comforts, harmonizes, and protects the heart. It's good for luck, abundance, success, and for working with the heart chakra. And if you are someone that likes to work in the water element outside, it's also good for having around when working with those energies as well, because it heightens whatever you're choosing to work with in that aspect. The next one we have is Tiger Eye. Which is great for grounding. It also aids in helping you have a deeper meditation state as well. Mental clarity, good luck, protects from negativity, and it dispels fears as well. And the next one we have is Rose Quartz. It opens and heals the heart chakra. It helps with all aspects of love, as well as compassion for yourself. And it also, if you are looking for it, it helps find the life partner that you're searching for if you really work with the stone. And then it also aids in mending a broken heart as well, and allowing gentleness in all aspects of the healing, and also in dealing with others while they're healing as well. And then we have here Opalite. see if I can get it to show up in the light that I have. It's kind of shaped like a candy corn. So this aids in communication on all levels, as well as spiritual. So if you're trying to connect more to guides as well, this also aids in that. Removes energy blockages for all your chakras. Assists during any kind of transit you might be going through in your life. Anything from moving to trying to go through awakening, things like that, at all levels of transits. Strength, persistence, and also helps in verbalizing deep down feelings you might have trouble expressing. So it's good for that as well. Right here, we have some peach moonstone. Went on to the next one. Peach moonstone supports the heart. It stimulates the mind. It soothes worry, anxiety. It gives a loving energy that promotes the divine in all situations. Emotional support also for intuitive or sensitive children as well. So if there's anything with that, then like if you need help with your children, those aspects, it can help that as well. Then the next one, Snowflake Obsidian. It is strongly protective. It shields against negativity, absorbs negative energy from the environment. It draws out mental stress and tension as well. So with each of those, I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards out for the respective piles. So if you would like to watch that, feel more than free to do so. But if you already know what crystal you're drawn to, you can go ahead and go to this timestamps below. If you guys hear any extra noises, my niece and nephew are here and they're a little rambunctious. Okay, so we're going to start with the Ammonite pile first. So, first one for whatever you asked, we have water, and then we have empathy reversed, Scorpio, passion, trust in the magic. So, whatever you guys are asking about, it seems like there needs to be a lot of cleansing. And what led to this was pretty much a lack of, because the thing is with the water, you want to be able, like all this right here is a nice teal kind of green. So this is dealing with the heart chakra and cleansing out what has brought you heartache or blockages to where you feel like you're not safe. Because with this one, we have empathy, and that means that since this is reversed, you might have lacks either seeing someone's side of the story, or someone was not understanding your side of the story, which might have led you to closing off because you felt so misunderstood. And with the Scorpio energy, you need to realize that you need to be in the place where you're ready to let go of this and let it transform you into the person that takes control of your life, as opposed to letting this rule you. It's almost like rising from the ashes. And the good thing is you can kind of see it as a silver lining. Going through this brought about almost like it lit a fire in you, which could also be the Scorpio energy, because you're feeling like through this transition and sorry for that, and cleansing yourself, what's going to happen is you'll be able to start finding passion for what your heart desires in life, because you're beginning to clear away what really made you want to close everything off in the first place. And then with the White Raven spirit, trust in the magic, it's almost like when you feel this energy and the passion being ignited through you basically coming into your own, the more you let go and trust in what's happening instead of looking back on things that might have caused you pain and to be misunderstood, you will come into where, through letting that go and opening yourself back up, you will open yourself to those who understand you, and in turn you also understand yourself. So I know this is a lot shorter than my others, but this is just quick answers to questions. So I hope that helped you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next crystal. Okay, so for my Ametrine, sorry for the noise. the first thing we have is the past. So you guys, your question is really, the answer to your question is really tied into how your past is going to affect things. And it seems like the reason this is coming up is because you guys are not seeing that you are in denial in a way. It's almost like you know the past is there, and it's like you're wanting to put up a defense where you act like it's not there, but you know it's there. And this is having an effect on your sacral chakra. This right here, this energy of Pluto, you guys are gonna have to do a really deep dive into this, because whatever you asked is gonna call for you to really go inside yourself, because this is something you have to do alone. You're gonna have to go inside yourself and deal with your past and learn to almost initiate your own flame, to harness the energies there, so that way you can pretty much burn away what isn't serving you and then carry on with you in a new form what you need. Because as you can see right here, this card has so much color, and it's pretty much like all the chakras being in alignment and act as if it's pretty much saying that I don't want to say fake it till you make it, because I don't believe in that, but pretty much take pieces at a time and work on those, because if this is the past coming up for you, then what you're going to need to do is first, realize how much you're running. Sorry for all the noise, but you're going to have to realize you need to stop running. So step into it, let yourself be alone with yourself, and realize the only person holding you back is you right now. So you guys really need to focus on some deep internal work at this time and work past this denial you guys are forcing yourselves to have because you don't want to deal with it. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on into the next pile. Okay, so for my Aventurines, what we have as an outcome to your question is independence. Beautiful Lilith card. And you gain independence, but what you need to have is you need to have pride in what you're doing, but you can't let it consume you to where it makes you egotistical, because with this energy, it's really great for making things happen. Oh my gosh, so much noise. I'm so sorry, guys. But you need to harness this energy in order to make it happen. And if you look at this, it's pretty much kind of going together with the instinct. Really listen to your intuition while you're doing this, because it will lead you in the right direction. So instead of staying mental with how you're thinking, because right here I can see your advice is to trust in divine detours, but it's almost like you are fighting that because of how prideful you are in this independence that you're gaining. So you really have to let go and realize that if stuff's pushing you away from a certain path, you need to listen to it, because it's like if you don't, you're actually ignoring your intuition and being blinded by your pride. So that's what I have for my Aventurine pile. So I'm gonna go ahead and head into the next one. Okay, so my Tiger Eye pile, this is going to be a reading for your question. Okay, so as an outcome, you're going to have a lot of revelations with this, probably potentially an awakening to a lot of things. And seeing how this looks right here, it has a lot to do with upper chakras and connecting to the divine. So this also is coming about because you're realizing that your gifts also benefit others, and that makes you very happy, and it boosts your self-esteem. And it's actually being expanded. It's almost like your heart's growing and your confidence is continually growing because these things are being revealed to you. And with shape-shifting, it's almost like you're gonna feel like you're changing, but really it's an internal change. So what's going to happen is, as you're changing internally, this is going to show externally as well. And try not to let it go to your head too much, because seeing this is just kind of making me think you can get lost in your head if you're not too careful with, you know, everything coming down and not being grounded. So actually make sure you're doing meditation with the lower chakras, so that way that doesn't happen. This right here, life is speeding up, is actually reversed. And what I think this is trying to say is, even though you're feeling all this, take time to slow down. Really make an effort with all these downloads and all this new coming into you, that you're taking a breath for yourself. And if it's too overwhelming, say it's overwhelming. Like, you need to tell them that it's overwhelming sometimes, because they just keep on giving. But don't feel the need to rush anything or be like other people. Just go your pace and take care of yourself, because this can be a lot happening at one time, especially during all these energies. So that's what I have for you guys. So I'm gonna head on to next group. Rose quartz. So with my rose quartz group, okay, so with your question, you guys need stillness. You possibly might be talking a little too much, maybe giving too many of your ideas out to other people. And you need to come into a calm state where you're able to keep some of that to yourself without needing acknowledgement for what you're doing. Because there's a good chance that you're feeling kind of lonely, and that's why you feel like you need to give so much of yourself to get attention. So if you can turn that inwards, maybe even have internal dialogues, because I talk to myself, so don't feel like it's well, I don't know how much you can base that off of being something that, with me, I'm just weird. But with this one, just realize that you're never alone, and if you have to, reach higher, because here I want to show you guys these two together, because we have both the moon energy as well as the Milky Way. So automatically with the moon, your intuition, your emotions, like, look at how, meditation here. She's harnessing everything that she needs. And in doing that, you create a new perspective. It's almost like you pulling from that place and knowing that you're not alone, and you're able to be still within yourself while possibly doing spiritual practices will help you open your eyes to new perspectives that will allow you to break out of this space where you feel that you're lonely. And also it will help you not feel lonely when you are just with yourself. And then with what you guys are going through, sometimes life stings. So even when life gets hard, don't feel like you can't reach out, because there's a difference between reaching out and being vulnerable, and there's a big difference in reaching out for help. Sorry for all the interruptions. My niece and nephew keep busting in wanting me to play with them. But there's a big difference between needing acceptance for everything you're saying and accepting it yourself. So you can reach out to others and be vulnerable, but you don't have to give every bit of yourself away if you're not comfortable with it. You have to do what you're comfortable with in order to heal. So that's all I have for you guys. Sorry for all the interruptions. I'm gonna move on to my next pile. Okay, for my Opalite pile, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, so whatever you guys asked about, it's time. And it's time to happen, and it's time for you to be creative. Also, it's time for you to express it as well. So you need to verbally express your community as well. Like, it's time right now. Like, don't wait any longer. We also have success. So what will lead to all this, obviously, is success. You're going to keep building on it because it's something you love. And plus, there's, as this says, there's no greater goal than love as well. So keep pushing. Energy that'll help you with this is literally feeling the flow and going with it, because as things are happening, don't resist it, because it's always trying to teach you something. It's almost like be still and go with it. and feel your intuition through everything. And it will calm you and bring you to a state where you know that everything's happening as it should, and trust in the divine and what you believe in right now, because they'll be sending you things as well for you to understand. A great thing coming out of this for you guys is celebration. I mean, maybe you dance, but either way, there's going to be a lot of happiness surrounding what you guys asked about. A lot of people are going to be celebrating it with you, which is really beautiful. And this right here is like, this whole thing is just really beautiful for your guys' question. It's making your dreams real. It's like you're weaving your tapestry right now, and you're just, look at, there's little gems in it. You guys are just like bedazzling your future right now. So, I mean, this is great for whatever you guys asked. So, just have the confidence in yourself and realize that you're a success, and just remember to stay calm while everything's going on around you, and just bask in the happiness that all this brings. That's all I have for you guys. I'm gonna move on to my next pile. Okay, so for my Moonstone pile, I'm gonna go ahead and lay your stuff out. Okay, so first we have out, for your question, you need to regain your focus. Whatever is going on, you kind of lost the mark that you were going for. It's not a bad thing. I mean, we all get deterred sometimes and life happens, but just realize that by focusing, you can bring yourself back. And if there's a situation that made you lose focus, don't deny yourself the grieving process, because it's very important to let those emotions out, because if you don't, like shown with this color here, you can block off your sacral chakra, and that will make it to where your emotions are very unstable, and you also will have trouble with relationships, as well as if there's sexual issues as well that can come from this too. And then we have this energy of Taurus here, so very grounding energy, very powerful energy, also very stubborn. You need to let go of the stubbornness you hold about not showing your emotions and trying to be, sorry about the noise, trying to be a solid rock. Try to kind of step out of this a little bit and a little more into this kind of flowing energy, because if you can see, there's some flow going here. So when you are wanting to be focused on what you're doing, this is perfect. But when you're trying to process your emotions, be more in this state. And this right here, whatever you guys do for spiritual practices, use them to ground yourself at this time and to help you come back into yourself so you can regain your focus. Focus on what is truly important to you. So that way, you will be able to move forward through what you need to grieve and get back on focusing what you need to focus on. And then we have Trust the Great Mystery, which kind of speaks for itself. Just trust in the universe, and they have your back. They won't let you fall Like, even if, say, look at this, just think of this huge well-being in a trust fall. He knows the universe is gonna catch him. So just trust in it, and know that if you lose focus from time to time, it's okay to admit it and then to come back. Don't feel like you need to give up on something just because you lose focus. Use both sides of the Taurus energy, the nurturing, stable side, as well as the stubborn side, to your advantage instead of your disadvantage, so that you can get through what you need to in order to move on and into your greatness. So that's what I have for my Moonstone pile. I'm going to my next one. Okay, my last pile, my Snowflake Obsidian. Let's go ahead and flip your cards. Okay, your question. They're kind of doubling up on you guys here. You need to forgive. Like, whatever you guys ask, you really need to forgive yourself, the situation. Just, I mean, this is like, there's so many chakras being shown here that are blocked off, and it's like you're turning into a hermit because you don't want to show this. It's like your emotions are unstable. You're blocking your heart completely off. You guys need to be a little more detached from this situation so you can see it from another perspective. I'm not saying detached from your emotions because it seems like you're already closing those off. I'm not saying detached from your emotions, but at the same time, you are closing yourself off to any divine guidance that's wanting to come through to you, because not only are you closing your heart and your sacral chakras off, but you are also in turn closing off other aspects of yourself because you don't feel worthy, or you're just not listening to the guidance that's coming down to you. And if you feel like you can't forgive yourself, just know that there's always unconditional love that's willing to fill you, because if you look at these cracks in here, this light is coming down and actually filling everything in. So where you might feel broken, that can help heal you. And don't allow this to create a spiral that you feel like you just can't climb out of, like being stuck down in this stagnant energy. You can rise above it. You just have to let what will help you in and let it illuminate the things you're not wanting to see in yourself right now. Because once you can do that, you will truly shine. And that will also help you in the process of being able to accept yourself and the things that you've gone through, because they really want you to be able to be at home within yourself and to know that you're worthy of love and acceptance. And don't think that I don't know why it's blurring like that. Don't think that just because you've gone through things, or maybe you might have done things you feel like you can't forgive yourself for, that you need to continuously put you in a space where you feel like you don't deserve anything. Because in essence, we all make mistakes. So allow yourself to acknowledge the wounds, and then allow forgiveness for yourself so that you can love these aspects and situations, so that way you can continue to grow and thrive. So that's all that I have for you guys. I hope that you got what you needed from this reading and that it brought you what you needed at this time. Let me know what you guys think about this style down below, and I'll be back soon.